Hello, John Dilworth here. We're going to finish up scene 28. This is scene 28 with the policemen approaching Jim and Jane's car. And last video we did this little thumbnail of his action. He's approaching. He steps, lifts both feet down. His arm comes up, leans on the car, and he leans over into the car. So I advanced pretty well. I did my roughs in red, so that we can all see them and enjoy them a little bit clearer. And I don't know, does this help? I can't tell. Perhaps it doesn't make any difference at all. And so here is roughs. So he's up and down. And I didn't finish the hat or the head. I just got the gesture. And then his arm comes up, over, and we already see that this can be finessed here, and that's what the drawings are doing. They are communicating. They communicate to one another, and we have to be aware, sensitive. That's better. And his arm goes up and down, and then he leans. You see, he leans. And of course, all right, of course, it's not of course, but we are deliberately accentuating these glutamicuses, maximuses, because that's the joke. And the joke is really a setup for another joke. It's really, all this is just a setup. This arm has to go on a separate layer because it's going to be banging, and I don't want him to move. So let's go ahead and so I think all this works. I like this last part, but I feel that maybe he should be a little further out. It should stick out a little bit more. Looks a little too cramped. I think it should be out here. Yeah, right? And this is tight. There's all these words like moist, you know, they're kind of itchy words. They make you itch. So this should be higher. This is lower. This gun is there. This is there, and it's the distribution of weight. That's all it is, right? That makes it funny. And what do you got going on? What do they say? License and registration, please. And I'll refine this. I'll refine it. So there's his hat. It looks like it's okay. Let's do one at a time here. Okay, so he's looking this way. There's this collar, and then his head. And we always put this ear as a landmark, so we know what's what. Flipping. Always flipping, we got that, and that's his head. I'll refine that, don't worry. And yeah, bang. And at the same time, this hand is coming up. This hand is going to hold the lights. We don't have to worry about that right now. I just want to get the hat, because the hat's important, the way it's angled. He's a little self-confident, because he is, of course, the authority. And, you know, he's caught these kids red-handed. They're speeding. He doesn't know what's going on in this car. And here's the cliche, where's the fire, right? As though it matters. Now, I have to tell you, there's been some conversations I've experienced about perhaps me being condescending. And my opinion about that is there cannot be condescension. There would need to be a quality of inequality. Inequality. And that's not me. I have such high expectations for us, for ours. You know, the top of the food chain, right? The elite mammals. 4 million years or more. Earthquake! 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 Be careful, Dilworth. What is happening? What is happening? Everything's always, well, things are always happening if you're alive, right? And so there it is. Something happened. So condescension cannot exist without a sense of inequality. And since I am the opposite of that, I believe the opposite of that. There cannot be condescension. There can only be perhaps irony. Irony. That is what it is. So now that we got that out of the way, I've encountered some harpies recently who have accused me of condescension, but I fear that the definition of the word was absent in their use, and that's all right. I didn't argue it. It was so lovely, so lovely. It's just earthquakes nonstop here. You think I'm living in La La Land. That's terrible to talk about LA like that, right? Hollywood. They're paying our bills. I mean, look what they've done for the world, given it everything, right? All the entertainment we could want in the world. Everything. What did we do when there was no Hollywood? What did we do? Did we read and play music? Oh my goodness, did we talk? That's outrageous. Never such a thing. So this is where we're just progressing. And the thing is, look, I'm stressed. I want to finish this scene. I want to end on not end. The film Howl will continue. We have Konya working on the unicorns, zombie unicorns. We have Vicky Vo working on our background. Soon we're going to be doing color models. So we'll always be doing something. But I have to move on to this other project, do the storyboard. And will I be able to show anything? I don't know. It's naughty business. You know how it is. You're not permitted to do a thing, and it's the first thing you want to do. Is the thing you're forbidden. Perhaps it's a psychological game. I mean, maybe there is nothing. Well, nowadays, what's not permissible? Everything is permissible, right? Everything. And if you can't figure that out, maybe you need to download a new app. Am I going through a hostile period? Dilworth is hostile? Not really. How can I be? I have so much love. Why? I just filled with whys. I'm constantly looking for answers. There are no answers. What's the question? There's no question. But why am I still asking the questions? Yeah, so he rests his hand on the top of that car. I think that works, right? And then this is this. This is that. Right? There's some subtle stuff going on. And don't worry about if you see lines that don't look smooth. And it's going to be okay. I will in the cleanup stage. And so he settles. That's it. Ding! He's on the car. Settles. And that's it. And his hat. And I think we'll be okay. This arm will be on a separate layer. If I hadn't already said it, I'll repeat it just so I don't forget. And scene 28 is going to be ready to be scanned. Yeah. I'll match that. That won't move around. I'll have it figured out. But it's resting on top of the car. But the joke is this butt. And that's the final. And of course, his big gun. His big gun. I had a fan send me a photograph of a handgun that on the base, where the cartridges go, was engraved "The things I do for love" and a courage, sitting there. Oh, awesome. But however your politics, I've never seen that. I've never seen that. It's posted. You can go on. You can go on Facebook, see it. I think I posted it somewhere. I shared it. Wow. What a collector's item, right? What do you think? How about courage on a nuclear reactor? Now that's absurd. All right, Dilworth, that's not animation. That's not animation. All right, we'll only talk of animation. So that's, look, you don't have to suffer with the cleanup process. But I think that's it. I think we've got him. And the rest will be his arm banging against the window. And I'm pretty happy. Listen, when we get pencil tests, and we'll assemble it, and I think within the next couple of weeks we will assemble till scene 28. Why not? Perhaps we will show it. But so much of the film, the setup, will be given away. I don't know. Does that matter? I think for the art and for the whole process, it's important to see. The thing is, you just flip and looking at different areas just to make sure everything works. And I think it does. So, yeah, until next time, right? You know how it is. You stay animated.